Hey, Tough Love Tom here. This video I'm going to talk about human resource departments and working for big corporations and why you should have a walk-away lifestyle and walk-away money. My last video I talked about how I'm going to retire, how anyone can retire, doing something simple like delivering food or waiting tables, and you can do it in 3 years with a really aggressive, I found a really aggressive method using the stock market and dividend stocks to retire in 3 years if you have a very minimal lifestyle. Well, tomorrow I'm going to quit my job. I've been there 1 year and 9 months. I work for a big corporate food delivery chain, and I have to walk away. I have to save myself. I've been trying to get through to human resources. They have a human resource department. They have a 800 number, third-party ethics phone number to call. I did that 6 times. Nothing. I called a different phone number 4 or 5 times. Nothing. This is 1.5 years ago. I can't give the specifics, but I've been dealing with about a dozen people in this corporation to try and disclose the illegal activity going on, the unethical activity, the employee abuse going on, the sexual predator going on. Nothing. I've gotten absolutely nowhere in 1.5 years. I've tried to do the right thing. I've tried to be honest. I am honest, but I've tried to do the right thing and give them a chance, thinking that human resources is actually there to help the humans. They're not. I wish I would have known this sooner, but YouTube spies on you, and probably, and they were sending me some videos a couple months back about HR departments from attorneys that sue companies. And I watched a bunch of these videos from different attorneys, and I didn't understand it before that HR departments are not there for the humans. Human resources is not there for humans. It's there to make sure the company doesn't get sued. I didn't know that. Now I do. Silly me. They're there to protect the company. They're not there to make the workplace better. They really don't care about you. The HR people I work with care about their vacation time. They made that pretty clear. I need to wrap this up before my vacation Thursday and Friday. I'm on vacation next week. I didn't get back to you for 6 months because I was out on vacation. For 6 months, apparently. So HR departments are not there for you. This is my 3rd go-around in 3 different companies trying to do the ethical, honest thing and let HR know there's some issues and can you please fix them? That's not what they do. I didn't know that. Shame on me. Shame on Tough Love Tom. Corporate America 3, Tough Love Tom 0. You guys win. I will be quitting tomorrow. I will be returning some clothing and stuff that's property of theirs. I'm not giving notice. 2 weeks notice is a courtesy. They haven't been courteous to me in the least. They've wasted 1.5 years of my time. Probably 60 to 80 hours of my time dealing with their investigations and trying to get through to them. And I'd actually emailed the CEO of this company, and I emailed the head of HR for the company. They spent God knows how many thousands or tens of thousands of dollars on a private investigator. I spent about 50 hours dealing with this investigator. I was not I was not in trouble. I was the whistleblower, you know, the person trying to say, hey, here's your policies. They're in writing. Here's 15 that aren't being enforced. Here's some laws you guys are breaking. Why don't we clean this up and then we can all live happily ever after? And nothing was done. I just got on, I had a phone call today with a senior VP of HR that I'd been waiting a week for. I spent my whole day off doing nothing, waiting for this phone call. Took the phone call. It was 13 minutes long. And this person basically said, yeah, just want to let you know we got the report and we won't be talking to you anymore. That's it. We can't comment and you won't hear from us again. I said, but there's issues with me that need to be resolved. I've been I've had some specific questions about policy, and yeah, we'll look into that and get back to you. Like, it's been a year and a half, so don't go through HR. It's just not worth it. I've been in the workforce 36 years, and shame on me. I should have known better. So what should you do? Well, I guess from now on, whenever I work for someone else, if I don't like it there, I'll just move on. I'll just walk away. I'm not going to let HR know. I'm not going to communicate with my management anymore. Even though their handbooks and policies say, hey, let us know. We hired this company with this website and an 800 number. Call them up. Call them 6 times. Nothing. Call them up. We got to know. We want to know. We'll help you. They won't help you. They don't do anything. This is the 3rd company I've tried this with. They don't do anything. They just want to make sure you're not going to sue them. And then they want you to shut up and go away. That's the honest truth. I'm not being cynical or skeptical. That's just the honest truth. So if you're having problems in your workplace, really there's 2 options. One is you can sue. And in that case, you should document everything. Now, I'm not a lawyer and I don't have experience with this. You should watch some YouTube videos or call a lawyer and see what to do. But they're probably going to tell you, go ahead and contact HR, document everything, dates, times, people, what was said. Do it in writing if you can. I don't plan on suing. I don't want that negative energy in my life. I really don't have a lot of monetary damages. It's more about just you wasted my time and you. I have no faith in you. You know, I wanted to make things better, but you don't want to. They don't want to. So if you're not willing to sue, walk away. I'm just going to go in and say I don't work anymore. Here's your stuff, and turn around and leave. And I'm not trying to grandstand or, be Mr. Huff and Puff. I'm angry. I literally just want to move on with my life. I need to save myself. That's what I'm going to do. It's not to make a big deal or make a stand. Because I tell you another thing for you younger people out there. All these companies move on. They won't miss you. They'll replace you. Everyone's replaceable. Everyone's replaceable. They're not going to shut down without you. They're not going to go out of business without you. They're going to move on. They're not going to miss a beat. They probably won't even lose $1 in sales, at least immediately. But I just can't believe in this job market. This job market is the hardest job market I've ever seen to hire people. You have fast food restaurants paying $50 for people just to show up. Just to show up to an interview. Just an interview, $50. And this company to be so belligerent to me and blow me off and not follow their own policy and break the law. They don't want to hear about that. They don't want to hear about anything. They don't want to make it better. They just want me to shut up and go away. So, okay. Message received. But they'll move on. But eventually these companies will wither and die. It just takes a long time, like decades. It takes decades for them to wither and die. But this company has a history of making headlines and for bad reasons. And I should have known better. They don't have their act together. But, it's funny. I watch these channels, Nomad Capitalist, great channel. And another one I think is called Vagabond Awake or Vagabond Nomad or something. Both great channels. They both are, they don't know each other, but they both have expatriated from the United States. And they live in multiple countries. They travel the world, mostly developing nations. And they love it. And they both made videos. Once again, separately, they don't know each other. But they both made videos saying what they hate the most about America. And both of their answers were the same. Corporate America. They hate the corporatization of America. Nomad Capitalist said that he used hotels as an example. He said all these corporate hotels, these hotel chains are horrible. He's stayed in a bunch of them all around the world. Horrible experience, horrible service, overpriced, incompetent. And he says now he stays in family-owned hotels and motels, mom and pop. You get to know the proprietor, bed and breakfast type things, Airbnb, not even Airbnb, just like literally local people. Best experience ever. You get to know them. They'll treat you wonderful. Wonderful. And then the other channel, I think is Nomad Awake or Vagabond Nomad or something. He said, same thing, corporatization. He gave the example of grandma's tamales. He says, you go to some of these developing nations, and you might have a grandma, let's say she's 70, and she's got like a fourth generation tamale recipe. And it's amazing. She makes the best tamales you'll ever have. And so she decides to get a little card table and set up a stand on a corner somewhere on a sidewalk with a little propane hot plate. And she makes her tamales, and they're amazing. The best tamales you've ever had. And they're cheap. And after a couple of weeks, there's a line around the block for grandma's tamales. She's just standing out there on the corner with a little hot plate and a folding table, you know. And so after a couple of months, she saved up enough money to go rent a little hole-in-the-wall storefront restaurant. And so now she's hired 6 or 7 of her family members. She's got a staff. She's employing her family. She's creating jobs. The place is packed all the time. It's the best tamales you've ever had. You don't have that in America. I mean, you have some of that, but you really have to search it out, because opening a restaurant in this country, it's like $100,000. Like, if you want to try out grandma's tamales, it's like $100,000. I think just to even put an exhaust fan, what they call a hood, is like $50,000 or something. It's crazy. So you have all these wonderful family recipes that are not getting shared, and these people are not, you're not creating jobs. It's too expensive to open a restaurant in America. And even if grandma did open up a or tamale restaurant, corporate America would just backward engineer it and offer the same thing and change the name. Overprocess it, add more sodium, add more sugar, and ruin it. Put her out of business. So I'm done with corporate America. I'm done working for corporations. I'm still going to deliver food. I actually like my job. You know, people's problem, like, I like my job. A lot of people like to work. I think it's not that people don't like to work. It's the biggest problem we have is management. Management sucks. And these corporations, they're just incompetent. Most of them don't care. Most of them are incompetent. Most of them are poorly trained. A lot of them are overworked. Some of them aren't. It's just the beast, the belly of the beast. It's a no-win situation. So I think from here on out, my rule of thumb is, if a company has an HR department, they're too big and I'm not going to work for them. If I can't get in contact with somebody that can make a decision and make something happen now, not a year and a half from now, I get a phone call from the VP of HR saying, yeah, we're looking into that. Well, you've been looking into it for a year and a half. Well, yeah, we're looking into it, and I'm just going to close the loop, and you won't hear from us again. I waited a year and a half for that phone call that basically blew me off. That's an insult. So I wouldn't work for a company with an HR department from here on out. I'm just not going to do it. I'd rather work with an owner and I've worked for some crappy owners in small places. I'd rather work for somebody I know has the authority and power and competence and is invested, that can say, yeah, you're right. You got a good point. Let me change that now. Or, I see your point, but I think we're okay. I'm going to keep doing what I'm doing. I can respect that. I cannot respect being blown off after a year and a half of trying to get this company to enforce their policy. So I guess in summary, walk away. I'm just going to walk away. I'm going to save myself. I'm not going to sue. I'm not going to do a class action lawsuit. I'm not going to bother. HR departments are not there for you. They're there to protect the company from lawsuits. They're not there for humans. They're there to keep the worker bees from wisening up. They're there to keep you working, keep you shut up. And I'm moving on. Catch you guys next time. Tough love, Tom.